Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode on Rebuilding You.
I am Min.
I'm Kai, and as you can see, today we're filming together!
Yay!
We can finally film together now because the MCO ban has been lifted. So
And also we won't be releasing videos on a topic-to-topic basis, meaning that we won't have a fixed topic anymore. So we will just talk and we will release the videos and name them accordingly to the topics that we talked about in that session.
yeah, we are doing this because we don't want to limit ourselves to like a certain topic.
Yeah.
And we don't really want our videos to be like educational or informational as if like we are giving advice. So we'll be just talking about our own experiences or the people around us, their stories, and then we'll share it with you guys.
Yep. Okay, so feelings. I noticed that for myself, not sure about you, I will label my feelings positive or negative sometimes, all the time. And then I found out that I realized that when I do that, when I label my feelings as negative, right, I don't let myself feel those negative emotions because they are negative. And for example, if I'm angry at someone or and I'm upset with someone basically, I will also at the same time feel very guilty that I feel angry at this person, because I feel that especially when this person is someone who is very dear to you. So let's say for instance is my dad, and then when I'm angry at him, afterwards I'll also feel very guilty, like how can you be angry at your dad? He's your dad. So I tell myself don't be angry at him, but at the same time I also feel like this is not healthy. This could be unhealthy, I'm not sure. That's what I feel. When I try to not feel angry, at the same time I'm also trying to suppress that feeling, which also leads to my angry dreams. That's what I realized lah. Yeah,
Because you're suppressing all the
negative
anger.
the anger, sorry. See, the negative feelings. Yeah, all the anger.
Yeah, that's true. And then like we not even feelings, I feel like situations we tend to label them as good or bad. Like if you get a bad grade or something, and then you'll be like, oh, this is a bad situation, and then because you label it as bad, because you perceive this situation as bad, so that's why your emotions will be like negative as well.
Yeah.
So like you kind of label the whole thing, the situation plus your feelings and everything as bad, which I feel like if we just we don't judge it and we don't label it, then maybe it will help us to kind of accept it more easily, and then like we are able to sit with our feelings easily. Because if we think like, oh, anger or shame or fear is bad, then we'll be kind of like, you lead to us being shameful about why am I feeling all these bad emotions, or like, oh, I'm like everything is so bad that we try to distract ourselves, or like we don't dwell on it, and then we kind of like, okay, move on, I don't want to feel this way, and then go do something else. But then we don't really give ourselves the chance to sit with our feelings and then like acknowledge it and tell ourselves like, okay, I'm feeling this way, it's fine. I'll just like sit with it for a while and then accept this situation and then move on. It's okay to move on. Like I'm not sure where I saw it, but I think it was Amber Ray, her
The
journaling. I'm not sure if it's there or somewhere else, but I think she talks to her feelings. Like let's say she's feeling
like it's another person, right?
Yeah, she personifies it. Like what's that movie called, Inside Out? Yeah, so let's say she's feeling fear or stress or something about maybe her work, and then she'll be like, okay, I'm feeling this, I notice this, so I'll sit down and I'll like talk to this feeling of fear, like, oh, hi fear, I know that you're coming up and visiting me because you're worried about me, you want to protect me, but I'm fine, I think I'm capable enough and I can do this I'm confident that I can do this and I can get through this. So thank you very much. I acknowledge you, and then just send away
That
the
feeling.
fear. Yeah. I'm not sure if it helps or, but I think it gives you that kind of like, you acknowledge it and then there's like a closure.
Yeah.
So you can kind of move on without suppressing it or like, you know, pushing it away. Because when we push it away, actually we are not pushing it away. We are just
there.
burying
It's still there.
Yeah.
I like that point. I think it's also like when you don't label a situation as negative or positive, you also open up yourself to both aspects, the positive ones and the negative ones. Like instead of labeling it as, oh, it's negative, you will fail to see the positive sides of it. I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you don't label it at all, we as humans, we will see the negative sides for sure, but at the same time you're also allowing yourself opening out yourself to opportunities to see the positive sides of things.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. But speaking of this, right, what do you think are the ways to express anger, sadness, and all those feelings that we want to not feel besides happiness? Basically everything besides happiness.
Okay, about that, right, I have two things to say. The first thing is, we were like, how do we deal with all the other feelings besides happiness? So I feel like in that way we are kind of labeling them as not as good as happiness, which I don't know, maybe I feel like all emotions tell us something, and
Definitely.
they are messages for us. So even if it's anger or like something else, I don't think, okay lah, it's easier said than done, but then like we shouldn't kind of like put happiness up here and then all the other feelings here.
Exactly.
We can, because they have something to tell us, and we can learn something from it.
Definitely.
So first of all, we can like try to not rank the feelings. Yeah, and then secondly, right, when you ask me about like handling anger and all those, I used to think there was like a healthy way to handle it. Like, you know, they say like you can just scream into a pillow or like punching bag or something that is harmless. But then a few days ago, I saw this post and they said that is not healthy. They said if you do that, you make yourself even angrier. So you should switch your body, your biochemicals or something. Like you should turn up very, very exciting music, like to change it to excitement or something. But
then again, wouldn't that be
like you're suppressing
it? Because from what I understand now, any kind of ignorance, any kind of avoidance, it is suppressing. Like any time that you don't try to acknowledge it or try to express it, you are suppressing it. I feel like even if you tell yourself don't feel this way, you are suppressing it.
Exactly. So I'm not sure about that post, but I don't know. It's maybe there's something there that we still cannot understand. Or I don't know, because I'm sure that person is talking from their own experience that worked for them.
And there's no right or wrong. I mean,
true. It's just us dealing with it.
We all deal with it with different methods.
What works for you?
I think taking out physical energy to take out the anger also works. Maybe you can do that in the form of an exercise instead of, you know, screaming into a pillow.
Instead of screaming into a pillow that will make you angrier, you can express it like in exercise, or like for us it's dancing. So it kind of changes the feeling, but you're
taking out, you're releasing it through physical activities, but a different way. But I'm all for screaming into a pillow. I mean,
have you tried?
I've done it before last time.
Does it work?
I do feel better. Honestly, I do feel better because in the heat of the moment, right? Like when someone says something really, really mean, and then at that moment you're triggered, and then like all the emotions come up. You really do need to let out that energy real quick, even just for 1 or 2 seconds. Just let it out first, then deal with it after. Dealing with it after. I feel that's really important because You know how we always say when you are in a relationship and then you feel that there's conflict, we said that we should walk away from the situation, calm ourselves first, then come back, right?
Yes.
I think, right, we also missed one step, which is when you walk away and calm yourself down, don't actually calm yourself down by saying that, okay, don't feel this way, calm down now. You know, you get what I mean?
Yeah. Like forcing yourself.
Yeah, a bit 矛盾叫什么啊？
What's 矛盾？
矛盾就是 like we are saying this, but then we are also telling you something.
Hypocritical?
Yeah, a bit hypocritical. Because all we're saying is that don't divert that energy to your partner. I'm sorry. Don't divert that energy to your partner, but walk away, deal with that energy in your own way, then come back. Not calm down as in, okay, stop feeling this way, don't feel this way.
In a way that's suppressing already.
Yeah, I feel that's really important because actually suppressed emotions can show up in your life in different ways, even if we don't feel it or see it.
Like you said, you have angry dreams.
Angry dreams is one, but I feel the most common one is projecting it to someone else.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Like let's say you're angry at your friend or you're stressed about a situation, and then your mom comes in and like asks you, what do you want for dinner or something like that, and then you kind of just lash out at them because you're taking it out on others.
Yeah, that's suppressed emotions. Oh, I think I have another one to add on real fast, which is learning more, expanding our vocab for feelings. I saw it from 𝘱𝘳𝘰𝘤𝘦𝘴𝘴's post from a few months back. He said that our vocab for emotions are very limited. All we know is anger, happy, sad. That's all. But there are still words like resentful, frustrated, irritated, agitated, anxious. There are a lot of different kinds of words for it. And then he said that the importance of knowing all these like different words and knowing how to label your own emotions is to you have to know how to label your emotion is one, and you know how to express it better because you know what feeling that is. Instead of I'm angry, I'm sad, and then he also said that, did he say it or did I think of it? Either one. I think when you can label your feelings well, you can express it well, like what you say. Yeah, so that's really important also.
Yeah, and it's also very important when you're expressing it to the other person. Like, I need a few minutes because I'm feeling very agitated or irritated right now, rather than I'm in a bad mood. Like at least the person knows that you're irritated or agitated, so they won't like say things that will trigger you. If you're in a bad mood, they may like try to cheer you up or something without really knowing what's going on with you.
Yeah, true.
That's very important.
Yeah, and I guess another thing is, as someone who is looking at the other person who's going through an emotion. So as in, okay, for example, I am feeling really stressful now, and then as a friend, as someone who is next to me now, that someone should respect that person's feelings and not think like, oh, so you are irritated and what about me? Because I think it's really common. I am guilty for it. I'm definitely guilty for it for so many times, a lot of times, because you feel like, because when two people are quarreling, right, and then the other person says, oh, I'm irritated and I'm very sad or things like that, and then the other person will be like, oh, what about me? You think I'm not sad also? I mean, this is not a competition of who feels worse. I think the best thing that you can do for each other is respecting whatever the other person is feeling and deal with it in your own way.
And I feel like a lot of times if you're in a bad mood, I just said that. If you're not feeling great, and you're interacting with someone, this quote called like it's better to stay silent if you have nothing nice to say. I think that's very important because if you continue to like add fuel to the fire, you'll just make things worse. So rather than doing that, just stay silent and process your own thoughts, your own feelings, and then try to address it again when you're feeling better, when you're more calm, and the other person is too. And there's another couple like Tom Bilyeu and Lisa Bilyeu from Impact Theory. They said like one of the things that they do that works for their relationship is like when one person is in a bad mood, like not feeling good, and they're in argument, the other person is a rule for them, like the other person will be calm. Like let's say we are arguing about something and then you're like very agitated, right? And I see that you're agitated, then I'll remain calm. Like I'll try to remain calm so that it's not two people like shouting and screaming at each other. It's okay, one person has to be the calm one so that you can bring the energy back down. Something like that. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, yes, it's a great idea, given that the other person has that kind of self-control and self-awareness to actually do that, because I think it's really difficult to control your emotions, because emotions are our defense system. I think it is a line of defense, and it is also to like protect ourselves. It's an instinct to protect ourselves. Like let's say you will feel angry or upset when your boundary is crossed. Oh, also a point that we mentioned, that each emotion is actually trying to tell you something. It's trying to give you a message. So yeah, it's instinctive. So it's very difficult to control something that's your instinct. It's very, very difficult.
I think one way which my dad would, I think if he would hear, he would say is that meditation is good for that, because when meditation is basically you training your mind to focus and be very self-aware. It's like, it's not letting your mind control you, it's you like observing, being aware of your own thoughts, your own feelings, and then you controlling it. So I think if you do a lot of meditation, you come to a state, because it always happens when my parents or us kids are arguing with my dad, right? He'll stay very calm, like he's always very calm, and like even if we are very agitated or the way we answer is very rude, but he'll still remain that very calm tone and like talking to you so like it makes you calm down more
as well.
So I think he can do that because he meditates every single day.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. I mean, Kai knows that I've been trying to meditate, but I just cannot. Like one thing that I am aware of is that I am constantly on autopilot mode. And then when I'm on autopilot mode, means that I'm not trying to say that my mind is empty. My mind is racing with a lot of thoughts, but I don't realize that. Meaning that I'm constantly thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. I'm doing one thing, but my mind is on another thing. And I don't realize that because my mind is on autopilot mode. So, one way that I tried, because I cannot meditate, right? I tried something easier, which is yoga. I find that it's also something like meditation, because when you do yoga, right, the movements are very, very slow, and it takes a lot of control. Each movement takes a lot of control, and for me, it anchors my self-awareness.
It helps you
Does that
focus
make sense? Yeah.
one thing at a time, being present.
Yeah, being present. Like I do yoga with Adrian. I do her videos, and then like there are a lot of times where she will remind you to be self-conscious, to be aware of this movement, be aware of this muscle, that muscle. And I find that these kind of prompts, right, will help me anchor down my self-awareness and be present in the moment. And I just did one yesterday, and I was struggling. Like I was because the movements were too slow, because I always tell Kai also that I like HIIT because it's fast. But then I thought like maybe, right, I should try something slow. The reason why I hate slow things is because it's slow. It needs me to be very self-aware, because when it's fast, right, then does it make sense? My pace,
I understand.
Like when the pace is slow, then I have to like be more aware, and I have to like I have more time to think.
You have to sit with yourself.
Yeah, I have to sit with myself, and then like all the thoughts will come in which I don't like. Like yesterday, I was struggling to focus on her voice actually, because my mind kept racing. Like I was thinking about homework, I was thinking about reviewing it, I was thinking about my other stuff, and then I wasn't feeling good. But I tell myself it's okay that you started with this kind of like 很乱的 mindset. Just continue doing it. I wanted to just give up because it was starting to feel very overwhelming. Because 我的 mind is racing, but my body is slow. Then 就很不舒服 because it's not synchronized. So I tell myself just push through, and then slowly just start to like slow down your mind. Yeah,
I like that.
So
in the end, how was it?
In the end, I did manage to slow down. I was still thinking. I think it's very hard to not think.
Yeah,
it's so hard to not worry. And so in the end, I did slow down. I really did slow down, and I feel much calmer. Because when I started, I was all over the place. Yeah, I was all over the place. So what I'm trying to say is that it's okay that we cannot meditate. Like yes, everyone will tell you to meditate to improve your self-awareness. Yes, it works, but it's not easy. So just start small, find your own thing to do. For me, it's yoga. What's it for you? Like that. Yeah.
And there's also different kinds of meditation. There's also like you mentioned, she asked you to be aware of the muscles and stuff, right? There's a thing called body scan meditation, where when you're sitting down like and you close your eyes, like you're scanning from the top of your head all the way down to the toes, like 慢慢一个一个 like slowly being aware how does it feel in each part, something like that.
Okay.
And there's also like walking meditation, where you're just walking, you're taking a walk, but rather than walking and then letting your mind wander, you're trying to be present, like in every step, like what am I thinking, or you're catching your thoughts, and then how many steps did I take? Like you're not letting yourself wander or be autopilot.
And just walk.
But I also find meditation quite challenging for me. So I don't meditate every day. When I meditate if I have the time, or if I think of let's just try meditating today. So I just try my best in the moment. I just tell myself, okay, these 15 or 20 minutes I can worry about all the things that I'm worrying about, but these 15 or 20 minutes is just for me. It's my time now. I can worry about it later. So with that mindset, then I kind of like try to be present and focus on myself.
Yeah, okay.
So that's it for today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.